All right, let's project Brock Purdy's stats for this season. 2023, his stats were off the chart. 2024, they weren't. Where do we think he's going to fall in 2025?
So I actually put the numbers together based on his per game averages.
Mm-hmm.
So according to his per game averages, Brock Purdy will throw for 4,045 yards at 67.3 completion percentage with 27 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That's what, if you look at his averages, that's what he will do this year in 17 games. That's 4,045 yards, 27 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 67.3 completion percentage. Do you think he'll do better than that? Worse than that? About that? Is it good enough? What are your thoughts?
I would think that if he stays healthy for 16, 17 games, he will produce roughly those numbers. I think the 49ers passing game numbers are like some of the most easily projectable numbers in the NFL. Like we've had 8-9 years of it. No matter who the quarterback is, you know it's going to be about 4,000 yards, about 10 to 13 picks, and 22 to 27 touchdown, maybe 30. I mean, that's essentially what the Kyle Shanahan offense produces. What's the funny thing about the Niners passing game is it doesn't really have anything to do with winning games. It loses games for them. But when they win, it's about their defense and running game. But this is very constant. It's very predictable. I think that's correct. My question with Purdy this year is more like, is he going to play the whole season? The offensive line got worse, supposedly so they could afford him. It wasn't good beforehand. He's gotten hurt a few times. He played through it desperately to get this contract. Now he's got to protect his investment, which is his body. I don't know. Like, I mean, can they keep him upright for 16 games, or are we looking at 8 from Brock Purdy? That's my only question really with him. I think if he plays the whole season, those are his numbers.
And the thing that scares me about that, like, I'm actually just finished the statistics class, actually, the probabilities, right? The probability of him staying healthy for another season, because he's been injured, but his injuries have always come at the right time for him, or he's able to play through them. The probability of him missing some games due to injury, I think it's got to happen at some point. I would hope not, knock on wood. Tom Brady was able to stay healthy. Brock teams take a lot more hits than the Tom Bradys of the world. So hopefully he stays healthy. My concern with these numbers, to me, if you look at the year when the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, 31 touchdowns versus last year, 20 touchdowns. And, if we look at his averages, he's supposed to get about 27 touchdowns. I think he needs to be up in the 30s if the 49ers really want to be competing for a Super Bowl. I think that's what was missing last year. Obviously, the red zone scoring was a problem. They didn't have Christian McCaffrey to just bail them out every time. So they got to be able to figure out a way to convert and actually score touchdowns, particularly in the red zone. And so I think Brock's going to need to improve upon his averages this coming season in order for the 49ers to really compete in the postseason.
PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, COHN, and download the app now. Well, Ricky had 3 touchdown catches on 46 targets. So if he gets double the targets this year, 90 targets, maybe he gets 6 touchdown catches. Jennings had 6 last year. Kittle had 8. So I see what you mean. Like, just between those guys, if they only have like maybe 22 between them or 20 between those 3 guys, Kittle, Jennings, and Pearsall, where's the other 10 coming from? Well, the fullback.
Maybe BA steps up. Maybe. Why can't I think of his name? Demarcus Robinson contributes.
Maybe. But that's a good point. Like, for him to get 30 touchdown catches, someone's going to need to catch those passes. And who's going to be? Is it going to be Kittle at 32? He's going to have 10 touchdown catches this year, or Jennings is going to go crazy, or Pearsall's going to go crazy? Maybe not.
It could also just be Christian is healthy and Christian gets back to scoring touchdowns at a higher clip.
Yeah. In 2023, he had 7 touchdown catches. So that's not insignificant, right? Let's say Christian goes from 0 to 7. That's 27 right there.
That's 27. Yeah.
That's 27 right there.
That would be his average.
So, yeah, that makes sense. They really need Christian to stay healthy, man.
Absolutely. And they need to increase targets to George Kittle and stop being stupid. That's one of the dumbest, most frustrating things about watching the 49ers offense. I think maybe the 2 most frustrating things about watching the 49ers offense is them not them just beating down Christian McCaffrey or whoever the running back is, just not being able to just switch guys in and out and running back by committee. And then the other one is just not targeting George Kittle in the red zone when he is easily top 5 targets in the NFL in the red zone. Makes no sense. So hopefully that's another thing they fix.
You know how many times George Kittle has led the Niners in targets
In what, like a game, or are you talking about in the season?
in a season?
In targets, I would
Mhm.
say 0.
Twice, 18
Really?
and 19. Not since 2019. I don't understand that. He hasn't had 100 targets in a season since 2019. Like, this is one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL. He is the third leading receiver in the history of your franchise behind Rice and Owens.
Yeah.
And Jawan Jennings is getting 20 more targets in a season than him. Like, no offense to Jawan Jennings, but what the fuck?
And I think the time that he did, 2018 was CJ Beathard, right? Am I
Yep.
tripping? That's a
Yep.
Beathard.
Then he comes back the next year and gets 107 targets in 2019. Like, there's seasons where Travis Kelce gets 150 and Tony Gonzalez, we get that all the time. You can't tell me those guys are that much better than Kittle. I mean, Kittle's in his prime right now. There's no one who can really cover him one-on-one.
It's the biggest crime that Kyle Shanahan is committing on his team right now. Like, target freaking George Kittle more. It's a no-brainer. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the best tight end that maybe the 49ers have ever had in the history of this team. He's top, I don't know if he's better than the best tight end right now in the NFL at this age, but he's up there top 2 or 3. He's definitely one of the best red zone targets in the NFL. Makes absolutely no sense. They need to make sure that that's a focus this year.